All right, what's going on, Consciouztv, your favorite breakdown commentator? Welcome to another riveting episode of the Consciouztv platform. You already know what we're here to get into. Before we do so, please go ahead and run those likes all the way up. You guys know that thumbing up the video not only helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are thumbing up the video, you are literally knocking on the digital door of another Conscious crew member and telling them to get their black asses into the St. Chill wherever. So whether you part of the replay gang, active with me in real time in these sky reads, or you are on this piece of bush, baby, please swing a bang on that like feature. It helps to unthaw the algorithm. And once again, it helps to get those notifications out to the rest of the Conscious crew members. If you enjoy everything that Kang does here, you can always donate to the platform at $Consciouztv and or paypal.me/Consciouztv. All donation information and social media handles are in the description box below, as well as scrolling from right to left. Actually, I don't even got my scroll up in red and white at the bottom of the screen. And of course, that's conscious spelled just how it is here on the channel. All right. Also, make sure that you guys have all of your notification bells set to all. And last but not least, please share the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community, whether that be your YouTube community wall, your Snapchat, your MySpace, the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give no dams where, in fact, you lay the link. Just let them know that we're live, and we're certainly in color. And with no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through. Oh,
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
all right, what's going on, Conscious crew? We're not going to be here for a long time, only for an interesting time. You guys know that I was one of the first YouTubers to report on breaking news concerning Sidney Star, transgender reality TV star, best known for her controversy with spreading dating rumors of her and rapper Chingy. I know you like it right there, okay? Seemingly responsible for the decline of his rap career. She's also appeared on various reality TV, such as Now That's TV, Baddies, from Zeus Network, etc. So she is very, 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 very well known, very extra, very goofy, seemingly good for TV. So it was extremely shocking to many when a arrest record showed up this morning on her for 3 various counts of SA against a minor under the age of 16. Yes, you are hearing that correctly. Specifically, those charges are sexual battery against a child under 16, aggravated child molestation, and sodomy. My God, today. There's been various amounts of her peers who have spoken out, everyone from T.S. Madison. Zeus Network also released a statement because Sidney has appeared on their network. She also apparently hosted or co-hosted Bad Boys Club, so that's going to be a PR nightmare. And as well as some of her other peers, including her own mother, who has spoken out about this arrest. And there seemingly are some more details surrounding these charges against Sidney Star. And of course, her mugshot has been released and people are calling her Big Meech. My God, today. You guys run the likes all the way up, child. So let's get into some things. Oxygen.com reports that Love and Hip Hop star Sidney Star accused of child molestation, and sodomy. Love and Hip Hop star Sidney Star, also known as Sidney Favors, is facing multiple felony charges for allegedly abusing a child. Shout out to my baby father Cedric for the old day. Oh, this is my baby mama. I had to read that whole name. Shout out to Mama Sasha for the old nasty piece of child support check. Thank you, Mama. God bless you, baby. So I love to you. You guys know all donation information is in the description box below. Y'all know I love when you make it rain, baby. Bands to make me dance. All right, back to this article. Aggravated child molestation and sodomy, according to Georgia court records viewed by Oxygen.com. The reality star, who appeared on season 9 of Love and Hip Hop New York, was arrested on August 2nd after police in Hateville responded to an Embassy Suites hotel in the greater Atlanta area following a report of an actual assault involving a child, according to a press release. Star confessed to the acts but said that they were consensual in an interview with investigators, according to an arrest warrant obtained by Oxygen.com. She was transported to the Fulton County Jail, where she remains in custody without bond. Star will next appear in court on August 25th, according to court records. Quote, because this case involved a juvenile, the Hateville Police Department said in a press release sent to Oxygen.com, no additional information will be released from our agency. Star previously gained attention in 2012 for falsely claiming she was in a relationship with rapper Chingy after the two posed for a fan photo. The rumor sparked backlash, and she later apologized for making up the story, according to TMZ. In addition to Love and Hip Hop New York, Star also made appearances on Fox's Empire, the Maury talk show. Just days before her arrest, she shared news of her latest project. Quote, I'm back on your TV screens, she wrote on Instagram. Quote, watch me August 2nd on the Zeus Network as I co-host with the Natalie Nunn and Isaiah J, the very first Bad Boys reunion. This is going to be a reunion y'all don't want to miss. It's crazy in a good way. So get your popcorn, tune in August 2nd on the Zeus Network. Thank you, Mr. Plummer. Her attorney did not immediately respond to a request for comment from Oxygen. Let's see if we can get some more information on that arrest warrant. Okay, the link does not take us to an arrest warrant. So, the fact that Sidney confessed is insane. Let me read that one more time for you all. Star confessed to the acts, but said that they were consensual in an interview with investigators, according to the arrest warrant. Oxygen. That was obtained by Oxygen. Just put a pin in that. We're going to circle the block. Let's get through this, girl. My God, today. Shout out to Document Teens over on Twitter. Make sure you guys subscribe to Document Teens on YouTube and Twitter, and that's Teens with a Z on the end, just like Conscious with this old nasty piece of Z on the end. All right. Document Teens provided a court update. The first court appearance has now been held for Sidney Favors in Fulton County Superior Court following her arrest, according to the first appearance court action form signed by Judge John Defoe II on August the 3rd of this year. In the court found probable cause exists to continue detaining Favors on the charges alleged in Superior Court case, said number here. The court also addressed the issue of bond. Rather than setting a bond amount at first appearance, the court deferred the bond decision to Superior Court, meaning Sidney Favors will remain in custody unless and until a Superior Court judge later grants bond. The court appointed attorney Keeley to represent Favors, and the case has been placed on the pre-indictment status calendar. According to the form, that hearing is scheduled for August 25th of this year. The form notes that defendants who remain incarcerated may have bond consideration or a preliminary hearing conducted at the pre-indictment status calendar. Okay, so Sidney Star will remain in custody and behind bars until this said pre-indictment hearing, where bond may be established and the conditions of her release as this thing plays out in the court of law takes place. This is absolutely insanity. All right, now plenty of people have in fact responded to Sidney Star's arrest, including her very own mother, who is reportedly shocked by her daughter's arrest, okay, and believes that her daughter would not engage in sexual activity with a minor. All right, according to the Neighborhood Talk, well, who's referencing TMZ, Stephanie Favors, Sidney's mom, says that she was blindsided by the allegations against her daughter and claims that they're completely out of character for Sidney. She says that she doesn't believe her daughter would engage in sexual activity with a minor and stands behind her. And then, of course, they go on to reiterate what we already know. Stephanie says that Sidney was in town for a booking at the time of the alleged incident and that she has not spoken with her as she remains behind bars. My God, today. And this is a poor mother here. Jesus Christ. This is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. All right. Zeus Network, Mr. Plummer also breaks silent on Sidney Star's allegations, who recently co-hosted the Bad Boys reunion, which either has already aired or is set to air, etc. And this was that statement from Zeus. The Zeus Network is aware of the recent allegations circulating on social media involving Sidney Star. As a matter of long-standing policy, the Zeus Network does not comment on pending legal matters involving current or former cast members. While these allegations remain subject to the appropriate legal process, the Zeus Network takes matters of this nature seriously and does not condone the conduct alleged in recent reports. Ms. Star appears in previously produced programming that is currently airing on the Zeus Network. Her appearance in this content does not reflect a position or endorsement by the network regarding the allegations. The Zeus Network remains committed to fostering a professional environment and producing programming that entertains audiences while operating with integrity, accountability, respect for everyone involved. I don't think that's much coming from Zeus, right? Okay. Then original Bad Girls Club, Judi J, okay, from season 7 of Laughing Now, that it's her turn because this isn't funny at all. It's sick. So crazy. I just said this. Pisces be knowing for real, for real. How she has fans is beyond me. It's way past what she did to Chingy. It's what she does to women and minors too. When was anybody going to say something? Why does she keep getting higher on platforms after all of it? Yuck. Protect young boys too. Just like I scream to protect black women on Baddies ATL. I am never wrong. People are just always late. Okay, that is what her former good friend and roommate Judi from season 7 of Oxygen's Bad Girls Club had to say about the recent charges against reality TV star Sidney. All right, amid that, T.S. Madison and Alonzo Arnold, who I'm not sure who Alonzo Arnold is. I'm not sure if this is a influencer. I don't know if this is a fellow drag performer from RuPaul Drag Race. I'm not sure if this is a trans woman who's a public figure. I've never heard of Alonzo Arnold. I'm not sure if this is a makeup art. I don't know. I've never heard of Alonzo, but Alonzo also reacts to Sidney Star. I'm not sure if this is someone who has worked alongside Sidney Star in the industry in reality TV. But Alonzo and T.S. Madison react to Sidney Star's child molestation, statutory sexual battery charges, and arrest. So here is Alonzo Arnold first.
Sidney Star. You right here messing on little kids' beach in the hotel? Yeah, send that bitch to jail.
Okay, so y'all are saying that it's buffering. Yeah. That's on YouTube's end. Is it still buffering? Let me know if it's still buffering. Okay, so this is a trans woman hairdresser. Okay, thank you for that clarity. If it's still, I don't even know why I'm asking y'all if it's still buffering, because it ain't like it's a damn thing I can do about it. I'm just asking y'all, I guess, to make y'all feel better, because it ain't like I can hit a non-buffer button. Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. It's ain't really nothing I can do on my hand or on my end. I don't know whether it's StreamYard or whether it's YouTube itself. Both are raggedy as hell and be going through all type of Skynet-ash changes. It's okay now? Okay, good. All right, so let's continue on. This is Alfonso speaking out. Then T.S. Madison is going to react to Sidney Star's arrest.
Sidney Star. You right here messing on little kids' beach in the hotel? Yeah, send that bitch to jail with your Omaha State head ass bitch. How dare you, bitch? Now they finna be saying all type of shit about the gays. How we like kids. Cause your ass, how...
Jazz. Okay? My God.
No.
Now, this is T.S. Madison, who's reacting in real time to Sidney Star's arrest.
Oh, girl. Bitch, when I tell you I'm Gagatron right now, I know I'm a transformable bitch. I'm Gagatron right now. Gagatron. Y'all have gagged me real quick. I'm Gagatron, girl. Wait, Sidney Star was arrested for being with a 14-year-old child. I don't know. I'm on vacation. I don't know. I'm not. I don't have anybody's tea but my own. And the way that I ate last night, girl, honey, I tore that toilet up. That's the only tea I got. It's my own tea. And then I need somebody to do my hair. That's the only tea I got. But bitch, what happened? Bitch, don't wake me up. Don't wake me up this morning and give me chats like that. Girl, I'm out here on the beach. Don't you wake me up and give me chats like that this morning. No. Don't y'all do that. Don't y'all do that. Girl. This is why I tell y'all on my show, I like niggas that's motherfucking over 30. Over 30. I don't even want you in your 20s, bitch. Over 30. Bitch, I'm over 40, so you need to be over 30. You need to be over 40. Bitch, me and you need to be getting tired at the same motherfucking time, bitch. We need to be getting tired at the same fucking time. Me and a nigga need to be getting tired at the same time. When he pull his out of me, bitch, he need to be tired. I need to be, both of us need to be tired and gotta go to work tomorrow. Bitch, No, I need to be over 30. That's 35, 36, 37, all. Don't y'all do that. All the way up to 40 and maybe even 50. Bitch, no. Miss Legra. Bitch, I just got some awful tea. Not about me, because you know I don't have no bad teeth. Girl, they said the girl was out there that got arrested with a 14-year-old boy. Girl, they said this star. This is why I tell the children, I need my niggas to be over 30. Over 30. Bitch, because I'm over 30. I need me and my niggas need to be getting tired at the same time. He need to be hitting me before saying, baby girl, listen. My last nigga that was hitting me was like, baby girl, I gotta get off my side now. You gotta put the S in there. I'm gonna get tired. I was like, oh shit, I like this nigga. He's like, baby girl, I'm getting tired now. I'm getting tired. I'm laying over here on my side. You wear me out. Bitch. We up to 40.
Okay, so that was C.S. Madison reacting in real time to the news. Sidney Star breaks silence to deny child molestation, statutory sexual battery, sodomy charges. Her mother says allegations don't match daughter's character, etc. Here's also a image that somebody was able to snap of Sidney getting arrested. It looks like in Hateville or whatever hotel this was that Sidney was at in Hatesville. My God, today, there she is, about to be even more booked and busier than she intended to be. My God. Okay, those are the charges here. Hateville Police Department. 3 charges against her for battery, molestation, and sodomy.
The charges in this story are disturbing, and I just want to say that before we get into it. Reality TV personality Sidney Star is behind bars in Fulton County, facing severe felony charges involving a minor. Hateville police arrested the model and television personality whose legal name is Sydney Favors on Sunday at the Embassy Suites on International Boulevard. Police say Favors is charged with sodomy, sexual battery against a child under 16, and aggravated child molestation. Star, known for her appearances on reality and drama series including Baddies and Empire, remains held in custody at the Fulton County Jail. Investigators confirmed that the case has now been handed over to the Fulton County District Attorney's Office for prosecution, and due to the victim's age, police say that no additional details will be released regarding the case at this time.
So folks are obviously looking at a picture that a Fox 5 Atlanta viewer had sent to us.
The charges in this story
from, it looks like, is this one from when she was arrested?
Yes, this is from her arrest on Sunday at the Embassy Suites. We were, one of our viewers sent us this picture and sent us a little bit about the investigation. And so we reached out to Hateville Police after that and got confirmation of her arrest.
Yeah. From, it looks like, is.
All right. Then they revisit the Chingy controversy. Chingy admits that he almost stopped taking photos with LGBT plus fans after Sidney Star used pictures to fake a trans relationship. Quote, some of these dudes actually look like girls. Sidney Star recalls Chingy photo scandal and denies ruining his career. She's sitting here with Eddie Winslow from Family Matters. Chingy reflects on Sidney Star line about them smashing. Quote, it hurt my career. I lost a lot from it. And this was those images of Sidney Star and Chingy that she used to spin a narrative with. All right. She later apologized and admitted that she was desperate for attention, desperate to be somebody, and wrote Chingy's popularity all the way into D- stardom. My God, today. Let's see here. So, we didn't have as much information earlier around the context of this arrest, whether she potentially met somebody randomly on one of these apps and hooked up, and it ended up being, a young person posing as an 18 plus, 25 plus, 21-year-old plus person, etc. But the fact that she admits to actual contact with this minor is crazy, but she's also denying that it was rape, saying it was consensual. Sidney Star doesn't seem to understand that a minor cannot consent. Even if the minor approaches you, even if the minor pursues you, even if the minor leads, that because of the very fact that they are a minor, there is no such thing as consent. So this is very, 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 very bizarre and very disgusting. And the fact that Sidney is not denying that she hooked up, but under the guise of being lied to by the individual. But in her twisted, rabid, rabbit ass mind, is justifying her behavior because whatever she calls consent makes it consensual in her mind. And that she's really walking around here thinking that teenagers, particularly 16 years and younger, can consent to actual behavior with an adult is buck wild. I'm going to need them to investigate this bitch's phone, her web browser. I'm going to need them to put out an entire fucking Amber Alert for any young person that's ever come into contact with Sidney Star, who have been pursued by Sidney Star. Actually, please come to the front of the line. Please call the 1-800 Sidney Star tried me as a minor line. Because if this is her psychology, this means that this probably isn't the only young person, the only minor that she's violated. Because there's no way that this is a one-off. And this is literally her ideology is, oh, everybody can consent, including teenagers, including 13-year-olds, including 14-year-olds. They can consent as long as, they're not trying to run, as long as they like it, as long as they're enjoying themselves. That's not great. It's fine. Under the fucking jail. Under the fucking prison. My brain is literally on the fucking floor. This is not what the hell I was expecting Sidney Star to fucking say in her defense. We're all trying to give her the benefit of a doubt. Like, social media is wild. Young people are all over the place. They're where they shouldn't be. They're on apps they shouldn't be on, doing things they shouldn't be doing. Maybe this is a case of her not properly vetting somebody she met offline that has turned out to be a fucking minor. But no. That's not her defense. She, according to investigators, confessed to the acts, but said that they were consensual in an interview with investigators, according to an arrest warrant. Let me see if we can find the fucking arrest warrant here, because Oxygen didn't link it. My God, today. And Sidney Star is so dizzy and so goofy that she has no idea that she's cooked. She has no idea that this is the end. She actually, in her doddle-minded ass brain, is thinking that this is a viable excuse, that this is a viable legal argument. Is that it was consensual, Judge. Babes, this was a 13-year-old, 14-year-old. And matter of fact, before I find the arrest record, or the arrest warrant, I should say. So I wasn't able to verify this, but I saw this on Facebook of somebody who was reporting the incident. But I have not seen these details anywhere else. So take this at face value. Take this with a grain of salt. This is allegedly, this is according to some random bitch reporting on the story on Facebook, okay? But I was not able to corroborate this. But, and I was trying to find it, but when I went back to Facebook, it had done reset my page, and I don't even remember what the name of the page was on Facebook that I saw this on, but they claimed that the details of what took place at Embassy Suite was that Sidney Star, she was obviously booked in Hapeville. She was staying at the Embassy Suite. She saw this young person who apparently is 13 years old, who was also, I guess, outside of the hotel with their peers or this group. Sidney Star got the attention of this 13-year-old. They exchanged numbers. Then later on, she saw this 13-year-old again at the hotel, because I guess this 13-year-old was also staying at the hotel with their school or their parents or whomever the hell they was with. And she basically invited the 13-year-old to her room, where she began to violate the 13-year-old. The 13-year-old apparently was able to flee and break away. Sidney Star apparently attempted to run after the 13-year-old to stop him, but he was able to get away safely, and he reported this incident, and this is basically what led to the arrest and why Hapeville investigators and authorities had probable cause to arrest Sidney Star. She also tried to make him comfortable with candy and all type of shit. However, I have not seen that corroborated by any legit media outlets, but that is what was reported. The 13, 14 ain't no difference. It's a minor. But 14 apparently. I done seen 13, I done seen 14. As far as I'm concerned, same shit. Sidney Star arrest warrant. Let me see if I can find anything on this arrest warrant. I'm going to drop the link as well. For anybody who want to jump up and react here. Yeah, the numbers are conflating. The charge is for a minor under the age of 16. So 15, 14, 13. Some outlets are reporting 13. Other outlets are reporting 14. But what we do know for a fact is that this person was under the age of 16 for sure. So anywhere between that probably 13 to 15 year range is what is given. I just dropped the link in case anybody wants to come up. Let me see if I can search for an arrest warrant for her. And y'all can drag Sidney Star. I don't care about y'all dragging. Drag the shit out of Sidney Star. Call her every name in the motherfucking book. Judge the shit out of her. But please don't get into the transphobia and do the misgendering. She can be a hoe, a bitch, a pervert. She can be Lucifer in a wig. She can be everything else. But let's not do the transphobia thing. But outside of that, have at it. Tear her ass up. Let me see if I can find a arrest warrant, because the authorities said that they are not releasing any more details around the case because it does involve a juvenile. Typically, when it comes to these type of cases, a lot of information is not provided because of the nature of the charges and the incident. So we may not ever get like a full picture. But the fact that this bitch thinks that anyone can consent, including teenagers, including persons under the age of 16, she's definitely cookity cooked. Welcome to the platform, Rumors.
Hey, Conscious. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Can y'all hear me good? Because y'all know StreamYard and YouTube is acting a fool.
Yes, we can hear you. Loud.
Okay. Yeah, no, I wanted clarity because I know when you don't have, we know it's all, it's really common to have a lot of misinformation out there. So I was looking for clarity as far as the age and hoping that it's not going to be a bunch of misinformation. But as you stated, they're not releasing a lot of information. We do know that she is arrested and is her talking points are it's consensual. To think and to assume that anyone, for the most part, I would even think this, even though we know certain states have different laws of what the age of consent could be, but to think that anyone, to me, that would be under the age of 18 would allow, you know what I'm saying, a 13-year-old or 14-year-old can give consent is crazy.
Wild work. I want you to listen to this, rumors. According to arrest warrant, Favors told police that she performed oral XCX on a boy at the hotel Sunday morning. She claimed the act was consensual. She thought in her mind that actual contact with a minor could actually be consensual. She actually believed this in her head, that there's a such thing as consent with a minor. And she's going to take this before a judge and say, Judge, no, I did it, but it was consensual. Is she out of her fucking mind?
I always thought that Sidney, from all that I've ever viewed of her, like she's always given me like she's touched, and that don't excuse. The law is the law. That don't excuse the behavior. But she definitely has always given me like I've questioned whether or not she was, under the influence of a substance, a few times, and I'm talking about hard, not life. She gives me that. She really does. She gives me that. I'm not really surprised, but I am heartbroken because no one deserves to go through that, but especially children. And it just feels like we don't know what the details are, right? So we make a speculation. But if what you read on Facebook has any truth to it, it seems extremely predatorial to be like luring kids like to the gingerbread house. You dropping crumbs and like it just feels so predatorial.
Well, that's because it's not a feeling; it is predatorial.
I'm saying that
because one could possibly argue that a 16, 17-year-old can look like an 18-year-old, can look like a legal adult, but 13, 14 years old.
And why I use the word feel conscious is because we can't verify what you read on Facebook to be true. So that's why I'm using certain verbiage. But regardless, she knew this person was under the age of 16, allegedly. And to me, that's crazy work. That's straight up predatorial. And I echo your sentiments. I don't like the echo chamber, but I echo your sentiment. Where there's one, there's probably more.
Yeah, because there's no way in hell that there's not more. And this is her literal psychology, is that as long as the young person doesn't seem to be uncomfortable and is participating, that means it's consensual and therefore legal. My God. Hey Braylon, welcome to the platform.
Hey, good to hear you, brother. You messed me up this morning. I was literally on my YouTube channel going on tour. And I saw your time. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. It's just the 3rd day of August. What we doing? And when I heard it, I'm just like, you have got to be joking me. And listen, you think, and there's a channel called Law and Crime. They have been covering teachers abusing kids.
Yeah.
And we just gotta be honest, y'all. Males, when a male does this, they are hemmed up to the highest heights of the sun. Women should be that too, but also this does not define the LGBTQIA plus community. But this is fucking wrong. I don't want to hear nothing from Zeus, because Natalie Nunn said, bow your heads to the bad gods and then slap that bitch. Now, if somebody were to do that to her daughter, she would be big mad about it. I am so sick and tired of us as a community. Oh my God, well, kids are going to be kids. I'm sorry. If that was your kid, would you give a fuck? Like, for real. I don't know what happened to villages back in the day that they gave you tough love, but then they loved you through the big bones. But I also know that every village is not the same, because some villages have hurt the villagers. Just because you have been in pain doesn't give you the right to be a pain distributor, because you haven't regulated your fucking pain. Child, I can't.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't see what is appealing for an adult. What is appealing about a child in that manner? And if what was stated again, if what was stated on Facebook is true, how do you then turn around and fix your mouth and say it was consensual, yet allegedly the child came running out of the room?
She's gonna have to make part of make sense if that's true, because I wasn't able to corroborate that story.
Right.
But either way, it honestly, there is going to be no way that she's going to be able to soften this period. That person was minor, so it don't matter. It's no way for her to frame it that's going to make this any better. You perform an actual act on a minor person. It doesn't matter whether the minor person participated or resisted. All that is completely and utterly irrelevant. You catching that charge, you're doing that time, you're getting that conviction, you're going to be on that payroll. Even for some of the conscious crew members who are saying that it sounds like she was high. And to Women's and T's point, Sidney Star is a wild child. I remember listening to her on Von Ray's podcast with I forgot the guy's name. Big Sexy, and she had me on the floor because some of her lived experiences were insane. Like, this is a wild child, so she may have been high, but the reality is that it doesn't matter if she was or not. She could have been high, cracked out, coked up, powdered up, the whole nine, and your highness done wrote a check that your ass is not going to be able to cash. A child, a minor.
Like, there is no adult consenting adult, like a child.
Yeah, a child. And for those that are saying, well, even for the whole like 16, 17 argument that teenagers can sometimes look like adults. When I was growing up, I looked like a 17-year-old. Well, I guess to some degree. I also was cosplaying as 18 and 21 and getting into clubs with fake IDs at 16. And for some reason, the bouncers and the ticket holder and every other goddamn adult brought into that for some reason. So I guess I was able to look older than I was, and I was considered an old soul. So I was always in adult spaces. Adults were always very comfortable with me. So between my personality and how mature I was for my age, and then I guess how I was able to appear of age, even when I wasn't at times. Yeah, that was the thing. I mean, I was able to finesse, but in this case, based upon if that Facebook ordeal is true, this is somebody that Sidney pursued. I cannot imagine that a 13-year-old can pass for an 18-year-old, can pass for a 21-year-old. There may be some exceptions, baby, because like I was saying about Nolan Wells' friends, them niggas look like 25-year-old street mechanics. I had to remind myself that them niggas was 18. Them is the oldest 30-plus looking ass 18-year-olds I've ever seen in my life. I ain't get teenage from no aspect of Nolan Wells' friends. And I had to keep reminding myself of that shit to be like, okay, these are young people. These are young people. These are young people. They're going to be dumb. They're going to make irrational decisions. They're going to not think this shit through. These are not grown-ass people, because visually, to me, Warren and Tristan look well into their mid 30s, and we have some major updates in the No Limits case as well, y'all. So we will be going live at some point. It may, in fact, be tonight, possibly, but I want to bring up Warren and Tristan because I was shocked at the fact that niggas 18 and 19 years old. Shout out, I can hear myself in the background, boo. You got to mute or turn me off on your device in the background. Hold on, let me mute shut down because we're getting some feedback. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I can't even. What the fuck? Can y'all hear me?
Yes. I can hear you.
I can't. Hold on. I gotta. What the fuck? Can y'all hear me?
Can hear you, but it's still feedback.
Okay. Well, you know, kind of.
Sorry about that. I had to. I couldn't. My shit got all frozen and glitched up because YouTube and StreamYard is goofy. Got a rock a tum tum. I just want to, like, I had to be like, oh my god, this is an 18-year-old.
I'm in all these homecoming and prom photos as our whole friend group. Me and Nolan are standing next to each other. You don't know me.
Okay, got full on facial hair. Like if he was in an 18 plus and up lounge or in a 21 and up bar, I could believe that. He looks 21, and Warren looks even goddamn. Oh, this nigga looks like a whole mechanic to me. This nigga look like old McDonald had a This nigga look like old McDonald had a motherfucking farm. Like y'all couldn't tell me this wasn't old McDonald. Y'all couldn't tell me Warren ass. And I had to be like, I had to remind myself. See, these are young people. So the way
baby, let me say something. With a nose like that, you know that boy is happy that air is free.
Baby, wow. I was shocked. I had to keep reminding myself because I was judging them like y'all grown. How y'all gonna leave your friend there for 25? Like without his phone, like y'all dizzy, y'all drunk. Like this did not play out with no cohesiveness. Y'all too grown for this. I had to be to know these niggas are in high school. These niggas are in high school. They don't look like it, but they is. But anywho, a 13-year-old though looks very different from a 17-year-old.
Correct.
It's one thing to mistake a 17, 16-year-old for an 18-year-old, or to mistake an 18-year-old for a 21-year-old. But I'm not sure there are too many 13-year-olds who look of legal age. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I can imagine that a 13-year-old looks like an adult. Especially now when you get into the conversation piece and talking to the individual.
It's so much because we don't have enough details. So speculations are going to run wild, right? But it's just so much in this that just makes me just like either way. I can't find any excuses for Sidney. Honestly, I cannot find any excuses. Because I'm like, okay, let's hypothetically say this 13-year-old, 14-year-old assumed that you were a natural born female. Because what I'm trying to envision is the kid running out of the room. Why would the kid run out of the room? We clearly know this wasn't consensual, even though by law he couldn't consent, right? But even from her thought pattern, what would make to say that to the law enforcement, the officers or investigators, whomever, as a justification when you saw this kid run out of the room? Make it make sense. That talking point just makes it. There's no way to rationalize it, Conscious, for me.
It's because she allegedly she obviously knew like what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. She was trying to hold the victim there to keep him from reporting this incident. She knew what she was doing. And even if she didn't, I just know that whatever excuse she can muster, and it doesn't look like she's going to have any good ones if right out of the gate she already has confessed to the investigators that because he quote unquote didn't run, even if that's true, the fact that she thinks that that's a viable excuse, the fact that she's basically arguing that because he participated, this was okay and this was consensual and this was not rape or molestation. Like, bitch, you're cooked. I want to welcome Shy to the platform. Shy, are you there? Shy, can you hear me? Oh, you're on mute, boo.
I got you, darling. I'm right here. Well, first off, greetings, Conscious and panelists. This is not. Let me say that this is not the first time that Sidney has taken advantage of somebody that has been, let's say, less than aware. Now, and in no, listen, I'm not trying to take up for her, nothing like that, but we all remember her video with Brashear Gray, and everybody could see that Brashear was not of sound mind.
What happened there? Because I don't follow Sidney, so I don't know a lot about her.
Well, I mean, Brashear, former star of Empire, there must have been some type of a break, some type of a psychotic break. And the next thing you know, it was either, there was some type of video that was out there, with her and Brashear. And again, Brashear, it was clearly not of sound mind. All right. So taking advantage of a situation is, this is nothing new with Sidney. And the thing that bothers me about this whole thing is that the shadow that it is casting on a group of people that are already in the crosshairs of this administration. This is not what they need. This is more, and though her incident does not define, the LGBTQ community, you tell that to these conservatives that want to, do away with this segment of society. And I just Conscious. So here it is. For me, again, with the child running out of the room, consensuality is out the door. So, what else are we left here? What are we left with then?
Hey, Conscious.
Hold on for a minute, boo. Are you asking a question of?
No, I'm just landing my plane. What are we left to do? Because as a collective, we want to make sure that all of us are protected. But when a segment of society is under siege, by a tyrannical government, and they're looking for whatever it is that they can use against that, how are we supposed to respond to that?
By letting them know, all communities, I don't care race, gender, none of that, all communities have predators in it.
Oh yeah, well, and wait a minute, we got someone in the Oval Office that's doing that. The thing is that these people do not care about that. They don't care about facts.
That's exactly why it doesn't matter, because the people who already hate you with or without any type of consumer bias.
Right.
They don't care if there is something to prove it or not. This also why for me, I don't participate in identity politics in that context, because don't nobody motherfucking represent me. The conscious crew don't represent me. Black people don't represent me. Gay niggas don't represent me. Men don't represent me. Black women don't represent me. CTV motherfucking represents me. And if you're judging a whole group off of the actions of a person, to y'all's point, when the reality is that evil and wickedness is something that is not synonymous to any one group, that these things transcend communities, they transcend race, they transcend sexuality, they transcend gender identity. If you want to talk about sexual perversion and sexual deviance, to your point, we have a whole president who is in Oval Office, a 34-time convicted felon who's also a rapist, also found over how many thousands of times in the Epstein files. Epstein himself was self-ID'd. a heterosexual R. Kelly is on video urinating on a minor and sitting in prison right now. I mean, P. Diddy has been accused of being with minors. I mean, there's a litany if every group want to go down the roster.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, these type of individuals come from all walks of life. They are female teachers, they're female coaches, they're female educators, they're babysitters, they're pastors, they're prophets, they're preachers, they are judges, they're politicians, they're Democrat, they're Republican, they're male, they're female, they're gay, they're straight, they're bisexual, they're no sexual, they're white, they're black, they're blue. I mean, it's really a moot point, but only irrational, bigoted people who need to constantly justify their bigotry make the conversation about that and use these instances like this one to target particular community, which is really unfortunate because it shortchanges the broader issue, which is that we have a predatorial issue in this country, and how are we going to navigate that and better protect young people from predators who come in all shapes and sizes, because they do. How does a society deal with the phenomenon of sexual predatorial behavior, especially when they are cosplaying as the family friend, as the family pastor, as the friendly neighbor, as the trusted Boy Scout coach, as the English teacher, as the medical doctor, as your OBGYN, as your Uber driver. I mean, like, you know, when we reduce the conversation to making these things about trans people or gay people or men's community, etc., you really just take the conversation and the topic out of a place of intelligence. And
no, I fully agree with you. I think being, in the words of Ayanna Van Zandt, who said this to Tamar, your behavior diminishes your message. I'm not saying that to you. I'm utilizing those words to say this. Being too narrowly focused diminishes rather the pain and the validity and the weight of what needs to matter.
Yeah. I want to welcome Deadman to the platform. Deadman, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, welcome to the platform. Sound off. What are your thoughts?
Hey, I want to thank you for your investigative work for the Shanquilla Robinson case. You really did your thing on that. I also want to give you credit on your investigative work on, what was that, Jay-Z with the girl with the Times Square and all that. Yeah, their investigative work was superb.
Oh yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
thank you.
But this case here, I don't want it to be a trans thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You kind of wrapped it all up in a nice big bow before I even say anything, that this isn't about being trans. This is about somebody who themselves was predatory. Yes. That's all I want. That was the point I was wanting to come in here to make. That like it wasn't about that, and you already, you wrapped up in a big bow, like always.
Yeah,
I love you, bro. I love you.
I love you too. Mm-hmm. And if there's
y'all go ahead.
Oh, okay. And if there's anybody who is coming up, you might want to come up now, because we ain't gonna be here for no 4, 5, 8 hours. So if you're coming, bring that ass now. Okay, now, my love. Are y'all going to be here for any type of narrative that Sidney Star can co-angle in a attempt to salvage her reputation and career? If she says, I was out of my mind, I was doing powder all day, I was out with the girls, we was zooted up, I was drunk, I wasn't thinking straight, I would never hurt a child, this is not a reflection of who I am, and she throws herself before the mercy of the public. Is there any art?
No, not at all.
That's just like, someone being under the influence and accidentally unaliving someone else. It does not change the fact. You may not have been intentionally trying to do that, but you did it. So a crime was still committed.
Absolutely. I'll put it to you like this. I'll never forget the DL Whisperer and the and TS Masson, and how when TS said the only reason why he's able to live is because I'm being graceful to him. He's upset that he's banned from 3 counties, but yet he started this by wanting to delete me. I have a phrase that I often say is that you can't ask for construction when you cause destruction.
Mm.
And it is what it is. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, it will. It's just it's unforgivable. Just on the mere justification attempt. It's unforgivable. It's unforgivable. And I want to send love and light and prayers to the victim,
amen.
as well as the loved ones, the family and friends, and the support system for that victim. It's it's too much. I really I can't. It hurts me. It ain't stirring up no trauma in me or anything, but it really hurts me. I advocate so much for children, and to know that a child had to experience that when there are adults out here, what was appealing about that child?
So here's the thing about predatory behavior. Remember, the only appeal is dominance.
Right? Yeah.
We as non-predators think that attraction, it works from a point of attraction, but what predators are attracted to is the hunt and the dominance and the vulnerability and this idea of taking something away from a person, this type of afflicting or the stripping of one's autonomy. That's why it ends up being a grape or molestation. It's not, they could have a horde of, like Sidney Star, she's a nice looking a woman. We obviously all can reasonably believe that she can snag her fair share of men if that's what she needs, if she's looking for a good time. But that's always the case with a lot of these predators. A lot of them actually are very attractive, and you'd be like, why the fuck would you need to rape somebody? Why would you need to take intimacy from somebody? Why would you need to prey on a young person? And it's because what they are attracted to is not consensual engagement with someone they are attracted to. What they are attracted to is the idea of coercing someone and or overpowering and dominating someone. And they are attracted to that sense of vulnerability. If it doesn't feel like they are earning something by way of manipulation and coercion, then it's not an attractive scenario to them. So they could have hordes and scores of men and women throwing themselves at them. Oh no, I'm not attracted to that, because that's consensual shit. What they attracted to is the non-consenting of it all.
I think it's also. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Because I'm sitting here for the last 15, 20 minutes. I've been sitting in my thoughts, believing that there's a strong possibility that there are other victims, right? I'm wondering if they never spoke out because of, thinking no one would believe them, shame, and all of that. But I'm curious to wonder, will we hear if there are other victims? Will they go public, or at least to the authorities, proper authorities?
And you know how this goes. Typically, when it comes to a public figure, when something like this happens, it definitely has the potential to open up a can of worms, and more people start falling in line, and they should. If there's been any young person who has had inappropriate contact with Sidney Star, they need to come through, and they need to provide said details to authorities and clean her ass right on up.
Oh no, absolutely. I was going to add to your point, Conscious. I think also too, I think that sometimes people think that, how can I put this? They want the lightness of a fantasy, but they can't handle the heaviness of reality. And I say that because I think that also relates to control. When someone recognizes their worth and the power of that for that individual, it is the thrill of the chase. And I think that we tend to forget in these stories that because they don't have themselves together, and I'm not even talking about mental health, everybody's mental health is in some shape, form, or fashion. I'm talking about being able to know that you have a purpose within yourself, that you don't have to make yourself accessible to outside things in order to be able to have something to hold on to. And when you try to control somebody else, it's really a reflection of how much control you don't have within yourself.
And I just looked it up in terms of rumors and teas. Question, it says sexual predators are primarily attracted to vulnerability, compliance, and markers of low social power rather than relying solely on specific physical features. Research into predatory behavior shows that offenders actively seek out targets they perceive as easy to manipulate, control, or isolate. And this oftentimes why women, the elderly, and children make up the biggest victims.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I do get it, and I know it. I'm just, it's it'll never be rational for me.
Oh no, it's not rational. But that's the point. That this is not rational. There's nothing rational about it. It's a sickness of the mind. It's a distortion of the brain, and typically a lot of abusers themselves are the product of abuse. So ain't no telling what Sidney Star's own story is. I'm going to assume that as a Black minority, specifically, she's also a member of the LGBT community. She more than likely has been violated herself, because I think LGBT people are like 3 times more likely to be sexually violated than heterosexual people are, because of the socioeconomic issue, because of the vulnerability issue, because LGBT people, particularly Black and brown LGBT people, are oftentimes without family and resource and are emotionally isolated and rejected and throwaways. This actually opens them up and makes them more susceptible to abuse. So more than likely, she's probably been abused her own self just because of her minority markers. But I want to read some more of this as well. Vulnerability and isolation. Individuals who are lonely, going through major life stress, lack a strong support system, or have past histories of abuse, increase their odds of. Isn't that crazy that if you've been abused, it actually makes you more susceptible to abuse and to be a repeated victim in that sense? Compliance and passivity. People who are quiet and overly eager to please, fearful of authority, or less likely to set strict personal boundaries or object to boundary crossing, aka children and women. Trusting or friendly demeanor. Targets who display high trust, warmth, or a willingness to engage and comply with an early request or favor. So naivety, being gullible. And once again, all these things are things that young people possess. Are gullible, easily impressionable, may also be groomed to bow down to authority of all kind, which to the abuser may make them appear to some degree consenting, like Sidney Star in her mind, because if this victim did not run, if this victim did not physically object to what was happening in her mind, it's considered consensual. But then at the same time, you specifically sought out somebody allegedly that you knew was underage. That's predatory in and of itself. You sought somebody who still lives with their parents. You targeted somebody who still has to sit down at the dinner table at 5 and eat with their siblings, who can't take their own food into their bedroom and has to eat at the table. Somebody who's what? A 13, 14-year-old is what, a freshman in high school?
No,
A high schooler?
8th grade.
8th
Yeah,
grade,
about
9th
8th grade.
grade, somewhere
Yeah.
up in there.
8th
My
grade, literally 8th grade, 7th to 8th grade.
That's why I work. That's why I work. Power and control. Predatory acts are frequently driven by an underlying need to dominate, exercise power, and manage internal feelings of inadequacy rather than standard mutual attraction. Grooming opportunities. Predators look for environments or relational dynamics, such as access to youth groups, isolated digital spaces, or dependent relationships where they can slowly test boundaries and establish control without detection. It's a sickness of a mind. It's basically like a sexual narcissism.
Someone asked in the question, in the comments, wanted to know if the victim was a runaway, or where was the parents at if they're 13 or 14 years old.
They could have been with their family.
Yeah.
They could have been outside of the hotel, maybe with a friendship group or with a sibling group or with a cousins group where maybe there were some older ones. You know how young people are. If young people are leading the pack, they might not be as aware and observant as maybe adults who are supervising young people. I'm assuming that if Sidney Star got the attention of this young person when she first saw them outside the hotel, that this person was either walking probably to somewhere, from somewhere, maybe have just came from the restroom in the hotel and headed back to the pool area. Ain't no telling what type of scenario that would have allowed Sidney to have the opportunity to exchange with this young person in a situation like this. It could have been any type of a situation that could have provided the room and space for her to.
Maybe that might come out in the report too of who else was there as well. So
yeah, I told y'all that report on Facebook I said, but I wasn't able to corroborate it. But this person didn't cite any sources, but which is why I took it at face value. But they claim that the details were this young person and her both were residents at the same Embassy Suite hotel, and she saw this young person earlier in the day, had gotten their number, they exchanged contact information, and then later in the day she saw that young person again, and that's when she invited the young person to her room, and she used candy, etc., to appeal to getting this young person to come back with her to the room. And then that's when she attempted to do all the things that she did, and apparently this young person was able to break free, and she apparently at some point put up a chase after this young person, but the young person was able to successfully free themselves from her and then go and report this to said authority or said adults, whomever the adults were. I don't know if this is a summer trip, maybe, I don't know the details, but also take that at face value, because like I said, the person didn't any sources or whatever, but that's what they claimed happened. But the authorities already said that they're not releasing really any extraordinary details about the case because it involves a juvenile, so we may not get a full picture. But what we do know is that she's not denying that she was with an underage person. She told authorities that she provided oral sex to this person and that it was consensual. So that's enough right there to kind of paint a whole picture, regardless of the details. She ain't denying that she assaulted a minor, but in her mind, it's not assault because this person mutually participated. This young person mutually participated. So in her rabied mind, it was not great. Even though she has a charge for sodomy too, and it doesn't say oral sodomy, so it means that you did a lot more, bitch, to this person than just whatever oral situation. You have a sodomy charge. Now, if you had an oral sodomy charge, that would be in tandem with what she's admitted to the investigators, that she provided oral services. But you got a sodomy charge too, boo. That means that there was active penetration.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Or a attempt to penetrate, a attempt for you to penetrate or them to penetrate, but there was some type of a penetrative component to the situation.
You know, as bad as I love to have details to things or whatever, it ain't really necessary. Because I think the details for me would actually make me want to cuss her poor mama out. Honestly,
Yeah, I agree.
I cannot hold the mama responsible for Sydney's actions.
Right.
The bottom line, like you said, she admitted that there was inappropriate exchange, and we do know that this person is a minor. So
Correct.
it's off with her head. Um, and that's just that. And I hope that while she's underneath the jail,
Mm-hmm.
you know that well, I know I don't believe prison ever reforms anyone, but I hope she gets some help. I do. I really hope she gets some help or
And
whatever.
that's if she makes it in the county or in main housing in a prison, because you know how they sometimes do when it comes to offenders. So she probably gonna have
Yep,
to be
they
PC'd
do
the
have
fuck
a
up.
code.
Yeah, she could probably have to be PC'd up. She probably won't even be able to be in, you know, amongst a population. She gonna have to be, yeah, PC the fuck up. Somebody asked CTV, I wonder if they were males since this crime was committed in Georgia. I just looked up what Georgia laws are around housing trans women in prisons. It says in Georgia, trans women are generally housed in men's prison. The Georgia Department of Corrections decides placements on a case by case basis through a statewide classification committee, but they do not use a person's gender identity alone to assign them to women's facility. The GDC looks at medical and mental health needs, safety, and security concerns before setting a location. State policy specifically bans creating separate housing units just for trans or intersex individuals. Most transgender women in Georgia remain incarcerated within male prison facilities, which advocacy groups and lawsuits note has frequently exposed individuals to high risk of harassment and assault. So, yeah, it's a case by case situation. Generally, trans women are put in men's facilities, but we don't know yet, based upon the way that they will review Sidney Star's situation, if she'll end up in the women's unit or not. But generally, trans women in the state of Georgia get housed with the men's. Do y'all have any thoughts about that? Trans people getting housed in the units assigned to their sex instead of their gender?
Nope.
No, not really. I think that's not trying to not negate a community. I think that's just them just being respectful of the population that's there. So yeah, that's my only take on that.
Hey, I'm sitting here remembering. I don't know if anyone else recall or actually viewed it, and I didn't pay full attention. I kind of ignored it, but I remember when she was rooming when her and Judi were on Baddies, and Judi had made the accusation was saying Sydney was pulling out her privates in a room in a sense of as if she was low key trying to make advancements towards her. And with this coming out or whatever, like I was ignoring it when it was said initially. I was like, I felt it was like, some phobia there or whatever. But now I'm looking like, this person, Sydney is predatorial. She's just predatorial. I don't think she has a boundary. I don't think she has a, and I do think I do
very wild bitch. That's a wild bitch.
Yeah, I do think that the source of it is from her trauma, like but it's still inexcusable. But just in general, I really do. I think she's out of control and been out of control for a long time, and that's based upon her trauma. We do know that people that have sexual traumatic experiences, and if they don't get the proper help, tend to be very promiscuous.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And
I'm going.
couple that, go ahead, sorry.
No. Go ahead, finish your thought. I'm so
I was
sorry.
going to say, couple that with um, probably a lot of discrimination and hateful rhetoric that she's experienced in her transitional phases and everything. Not having been affirmed in her life and all of that. Like everything she does, everything is so extreme and out of control. To me, she's always been like watching a train wreck to the 10th power. Everything is always extreme. So I'm not surprised. I don't have no empathy for her. Um and yeah, off with her head. It keeps coming back to
It's
that.
also possible for her to get a slap on the wrist. They may release her and give her probation. She may not even do any time, especially if she's the first offender, because these cases have a weird way of being filtered through the criminal justice system. Like you would think a crime like this would just automatically, put a bitch away point blank and period. But so many ex-offenders have essentially been given a slap on the wrist. They were just given probation. They given a plea deal. If you're willing to register, on the registry list, and here the stipulations, you stay away from schools and playgrounds and da 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 da. You can't be around nobody of this age, and boom boom ka, and then they put back they put back on the streets. So how would y'all feel if there is really no jail time here and she takes a plea and it's put on probation? Would y'all feel that is sound justice?
I don't know if she'll survive street justice. I mean, we do know that there are people that do survive it.
She
We do
will.
know.
Yeah, because most of them do.
You know what I mean? But and I'm trying not to make it about any one particular thing, but considering all the hate that comes towards the community, I don't know if she'll survive it. But then again, like we said, there are people that do survive it. So I would hope the system I would hope the system actually allows
Hey, messy sweet
the
spot. Hey,
punishment to
Will.
fit the. Yeah, I
Everybody,
would hope that
everybody welcome my boo of the messy sweet spot. Hey, boo. Go ahead, rumors. I ain't want to miss
is she
that.
up here? Hey,
She
you
in the
the
chat.
chat. Hey, boo.
She in the chat.
But yeah,
Chat.
in this case, the punishment must fit the crime
Yeah, fully agreed.
because there's an open admission. But like you said,
So what do y'all feel is an equivalent accountability for a crime like this? What does that look like?
honestly, I feel like they all should be put under the dungeon and that be done with it. If you can't put them under the dungeon, put them in a put them on a deserted island by themselves.
Yeah.
It would just be
I just
our
don't.
taxpaying money that's keeping the lights on the island and providing the food.
I mean, it's the difference if they stay in if they stay in prison.
For some safety. That might be a small price to pay for some safety. I say give their ass over to Dr. Fauci and let him experiment and shit.
I was going to say, I was also going to wonder two things here. When she does go to court and stuff, could all of her, technology be permanently taken away? Because that is something that if you're an offender, you can't access the internet at all. And then, of course, it's really mind-boggling to me that Zeus put out a statement, but it's just like, y'all do realize, like, not everything gets aired on Zeus. So it's like, will Zeus be subpoenaed for any footage or anything? So those are some questions I just thought of. And by the way, Malago Grams, you better not cover this because you got your own shit going on. Okay? All right? Just keep it in the butt, because you talked about that brother who allegedly got raped by Don McClurkin. You said if you're 18 without a disability, how do you keep ending up getting raped? You said that on your YouTube channel, but yet you got your own motherfucking case, bitch. Okay? All right, moving on.
My God. Yeah, she might be. It just depends. A plea deals and stipulations look different. I guess it's based upon maybe some of the nuance of what's going on in the specific case that sets up what each offender can and cannot do, because they do have various levels of privileges and restrictions. It's not kind of the same for each offender. So yeah, and that's going to be wow, for Sidney Star to live through the next chapter of her life as a registered ex-offender and PDF file. I mean, who had that in their fucking bingo card for 2026? 2026, baby. These everything after 2020 has just been a fucking movie. It's just been a fucking movie. It's like everything that's unbelievable is taking place in the world.
Yeah, when Cat Williams opened up that portal, it just never closed. It just never closed,
man. I'm gonna bid you all a farewell.
Yeah.
I normally have more to say, but ain't nothing to really say other than off with the bitch's head. Like,
yeah, Sydney. I'm looking forward to her making a fool of herself in court, because if this is already her justification and explanation, then I can only imagine that it's going to be a fucking clown show when she has to go before a judge. I just cannot wait to hear the goofy buffoonery that comes out of her mouth when she attempts to explain this away, because she's already put her entire foot in her throat. She's deep throating her own foot right now, and it can only get worse because Sidney clearly is not smart, and apparently she's not well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what raggedy ass bizarre way she tries to explain this away in favor of herself, because she's already doing a horrible job at doing that.
Wait a minute, Sorry, real quick. Did you play the video of Alonzo? Because I saw T.S. Madison. I don't remember seeing Alonzo.
She basically just called her big meech and just kind of, gagged her. I don't have it up here no more. Oh, here it is. No, I don't have it up here no more. Yeah, but she just called her big meech and basically just, she gagged the most of her and poked fun at her and all that. And called her disgusting and sick. It was short. So
appropriate. All right, love and light. Catch you guys on the next round.
All right, Rumors. Braylon, any lasting words, boo?
First of all, keep being amazing. You have been putting the work over here, as you often do. Every time we hear a story like this, or a story like Nolan Wells, it gives me hope about us as a people, that we are not so far gone to still care about each other. But I think also, too, what this goes to show us is that we need to not only be more willing to investigate how to not only be an ally to our own cultures, because we are more than one culture, but we also need to recognize that the only way we will be the greatest network is if we give a fuck about it. Because I'm so tired of people saying and bringing problems to the table when you are sitting your ass down and not giving any solutions. Love you, brother. Love y'all. Keep being amazing. I'll see y'all soon.
You too. That was our Braylon. I'm going to do one more round. If anybody wants to add anything, you got to hit the link now, or else we're going to wrap up. But Sidney Star is booked and busy down there to the Georgia County on 3 counts of aggravated sexual assault of a minor under the age of 16. Authorities are not releasing any profound degree of information because it involves a minor and a juvenile. Sidney is pleading innocent, while at the same time claiming that her innocence is based upon the fact that the victim mutually participated. Therefore, this is not statutory rape, which is wild as fuck. And her peers have spoken out, from Alonzo to T.S. Madison to season 7. Judi, who was good friends with Sidney Star and was a roommate to Sidney Star, they had a very bad falling out. She's not surprised, and she's calling for the bitch's head as well. And Sidney's mother also has came forward and is in shock of the arrest and is standing behind her daughter and does not believe that her daughter would violate a young person. Now, that may change once Mama Bear gets wind of more details, or hell, she may just be Mama Bear about it. We have Gigi, also known as Pink Lips in the Messy Sweet Spot. Hey, Messy.
Hey, how you doing? Not Pink Lips.
I'm good. How you doing, baby?
Child, it's been so long.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
We've been working, child. We've been working. 2026 been one for the book.
I gotta come back on here more often.
Yes,
I like you. Because over here I can cuss and stuff.
I get carried away. So what you think about what's going on with our good sis?
Oh, hell no. That ain't my sister. I don't do that shit. That's not my sister. My sisters don't go around preying on little kids.
She say she innocent, Gigi. She said I'm innocent.
Child, please. They not just arresting any old body for preying on little kids. And the parents was in the hotel room too? Is that what you're saying?
We're not really sure about the details of this young person.
I heard you say something about a hotel. Where did they meet at?
They was at Embassy Suite, apparently.
Yeah, okay, they was at a hotel. So they just met at the hotel. How did he contact her? Or vice versa? Did they meet off a site? Was she escorted? What was it?
Somebody on Facebook, I wasn't able to corroborate this. I tried to find something to corroborate it, but this was like the only person who said this, and it was somebody reporting the story on Facebook. They said apparently that this young person in Sydney was both, at Embassy Suites as a resident.
Hold up. Wait. If he's 14, he's there with his parents.
Right.
Ain't no 14 at no goddamn Embassy Street by themselves.
Or he was there maybe with his older siblings. Maybe it was a trip that he was on with some other cousins, or like we don't really know. It don't matter.
He's not there by himself. He got parents or somebody.
But that's the thing about what this person on Facebook had claimed is that Sidney was outside the hotel. He was outside the hotel for whatever reason, and she lured him over, got his attention, and they exchanged numbers. And then later on in the day, apparently, she saw him at some point in the hotel and then brought him back to her room, and that's where the violation happened. And he was able to
she already know he's underage, and it was a sneaky situation. I hope this ain't no Quiet on the Creek type shit.
Oh my God.
Is this what they talking about? Quiet on the motherfucking creek, huh?
She definitely was expecting that baby to be quiet on the creek, apparently, because she turned into a track star when his ass had broke free from her ass.
Ain't no way. The first thing we talking about, if she thought he was 18, where your hotel room at? Who you here with? You here with your girlfriend? But clearly, if 14-year-old, they look like a 14-year-old.
Some reports are saying that he was 13.
It's a child.
It's a child. Under the age of 16.
Hold on. I thought she was fucking with ballers and elite niggas. She out here fucking for free?
It sounds like Sidney doing everything. She with everything.
Hell no. Hell no.
Sidney sound like she with it all, baby. Baby, however, wherever, with whoever.
So she been having this addiction to little boys.
Well, we don't know that. She doesn't have an
Oh, hell, stop it. If you're attracted to little kids, then what you think it just happened yesterday?
Yesterday. She doesn't have a public established record of predatory behavior.
Neither do the pastors, but they do.
But based upon her explanation and her saying that she don't consider this rape because in her mind, this young person...
Fuck her mind. Fuck her mind.
Participated.
Fuck that mind. What is the law? Is the law.
that this definitely is not her first time. There probably is other victims that we just don't know about.
You know damn well there's other goddamn victims. Hell.
Sidney, you're not getting me caught up in no damn lawsuit, Judi. Okay, you can make all them emphatic statements. You ain't getting my ass on no defending list, okay?
How? For you telling the facts, telling the truth?
Well, it's some things
that are being said.
It's certain things that are being said that are not factual. They're speculation. And we need to, and if it's speculation, we gotta say it's speculation and not say it as fact. If it ain't fact.
What's speculation? What is it?
The speculation part is that this probably isn't her first victim, but that's purely speculation. She doesn't have an established public record of preying on young people, is what I'm saying.
Well, let me just say this. These pedos, honey, it's like a bag of Lay's. They can't just snack on one. They like to snack on many.
Exactly.
Okay?
And that's exactly why the speculation is that this probably isn't her first one. But there's no proof of that. But more than likely, this isn't her first victim.
It's not a proof that Trump was on the Epstein files, but we know his ass on the Epstein file.
He was flying around in a goddamn plane, even doing his campaign. He was on that motherfucking island.
Hell yeah, but we don't got no proof. But it is what it is. Shit.
Yeah.
But I understand. I'm sorry. I don't want to get you in trouble because you know that's
what baby, y'all ain't get, because as soon as the lawsuit's going, I'm going to say, Mrs. Sweet Spot, this is her number, her address is with her You direct that over there. I ain't got nothing to do with what the hell nobody else said on the platform. I'm only responsible for what I say on this But yeah, I mean, but because she is a public figure, this has the potential for other victims to come forward, and they may just do that. We may see a litany of other young people who pursue.
That's so devastating. Oh my God, to do that to those kids.
Yeah.
To lure them with. I thought she was into grown men.
She has a sodomy charge, Gigi.
She was up in that ass.
That's what sodomy implies.
No, hold on. I thought they was taking this hormone therapy. Don't that supposed to reduce your sex drive? Huh?
I don't know how that works.
Yes, it works. It's testosterone. It reduces your testosterone, nigga. You know,
yeah, but
testosterone is a sex drug.
I mean, but women get horny too, so we got to be other mechanisms that work responsible for a desire.
Yeah, you do have a lot of women that are molesters too.
I mean, and you just have a lot of women who actually have a sex drive. So
just like
testosterone are the only ones who got a sex drive. Let me see what creates a sex drive in a woman. Creates a sex drive.
If maybe they got too much testosterone in the women, because women can have a lot of testosterone. Testosterone is a sex drug. It's a sex hormone. I know all about it.
It says that a woman's sex drive is created and influenced by a mix of hormones, mental well-being, and emotional connection.
It's them testosterone hormones. That's why majority of men are pedophiles, right? Because all that testosterone is higher. It causes them to be more horny. It's a sex hormone that God gives you when you a child in puberty. That's when it hits you. Okay?
Yeah, but that's not what makes up a rapist. A lack of sexual impulse and discipline is what creates.
Yeah, that's true too. But if you cut them nuts off, it would be better. They're not gonna have that drive no more. Cut them nuts off.
Well, the thing about it is that even women produce testosterone too.
I know. Reduce that testosterone, and trust me, you're gonna get some different results. That's all I'm saying.
Well, the reality is the world ain't just filled with women. So what the hell are we gonna do about men?
Cut them nuts off.
Babe, that'll never happen in the patriarchy.
Cut them nuts off.
Niggas ain't giving up that dick, baby. That's a holy grail right there.
Well, you know what? It was law that they used to get them nuts cut off when they did crimes like this. They used to cut the nuts off. They call it castration or whatever. Yeah, I support that.
I support that too.
Yeah,
I support that too.
And you know, Christiane Rock's sister, she's a pedo too, and she's on that baddies. You know, so they all the girls are
allegedly.
Oh my God, Christiane came out and confirmed it.
But that's still alleged. We ain't got no proof. We just got a narrative. It's alleged. Right. According to Christiane.
I believe Christiane on that part.
I mean, look, a lot of Tasiki relatives came out against her. I think she got a male cousin.
Ooh, yeah, I forgot about him. He got molested. See, I told you, TV, they don't just have one victim. It's like cheese Lados. They gotta have more. It's an addiction to kids. They love to lure their ass in. And it's not about getting to know them. It's just
taking advantage.
That they want to put some more demon spirits on them.
And the dominance.
The sexual spirits. Yeah. All that. They get a high off of it. It's like drugs. They're addicted. Like a vampire. Want to just suck your neck and your blood out.
Yeah. It's a disease. Ooh. It's nasty.
Now, how did it get caught? Huh?
She got caught apparently, I think, because the young boy told whomever he was there with. I don't know whether it was his parents or whomever his guardians are, or if he told a hotel staff.
Damn, she must have really hurt that ass. What did he say? I can't walk.
I mean, he's a child. If he say a grown ass motherfucker touching me in any kind of way,
I know, but he going in that damn room with Sidney Star. Did he think that she was a female?
I don't know. It said,
and then she whipped that shit out.
The person
and
on
then
Facebook
he ran off.
She lured him in there with candy and shit and snacks. So
I know, but did he know she was a trans
we don't
before
know.
entering? Because you know that's a child. A child are naive.
I'm sure
these kids are naive, and because he probably was up with the shit, but then when he found out them nuts.
But that's her mentality. Is well. He was with it, so it's not. It's still rape, baby.
Yeah, because then she ain't that the same one? That same one said that she be tricking men and she be having them thinking they fucking the pussy, and she telling herself, big mouth,
holding her dick in her ass, and
so you know she be doing it to little boys because they easy to deceive.
Well, she done deceived her ass right into the Georgia County Jail.
And you know these homophobic gonna say, look, they coming after the kid. See, they gonna put her ass on the cart. They coming after the kid. She is a prime example coming after them goddamn kids.
And when they do,
let me tell you something. I ain't coming after motherfucking kids. A child can't do shit for me, okay? I'm not into none of that shit. That's Sidney ass.
It's a sickness of the mind, child. It's a sickness of the mind. It's a mess. And when they do, the trans community ought to put R. Kelly ass on a milk carton as well, because these people come from all walks of life and all identities and orientations. And
we know majority of pedophiles are black straight men. Just ask a black woman.
No, actually, the majority of pedophilia and rape is committed by white men in this country, not even black men.
Well, I'm talking about in the black community.
I mean, well, in the black
community. I ain't thinking about that community. I'm thinking about the black community. Because, a lot of black women, if you ask them, they have been touched by straight black men and their family. They have been, so the black women know. Shit, I hope they ain't going to lie for their father, or lie for their uncle, or whoever in their family that's touching on them.
A lot of abuse is swept under the rug. It's one of the silent traumas of the black community. It's SA. Especially SA against men. And rarely a report SA.
Now hold on. Trans are different from the gay community. It is, but what are you trying to say, sweetheart? That gay people don't molest? Because they do. A lot of them gay men in church, they love to molest. So what that's a vague statement.
And that's why I find,
and I'm up here, I'm gonna say something, child.
That's why I think it's unnecessary to even get into trying to assign this type of behavior to any one particular community. It's a nation issue. It's a national issue. It's a world issue. It's not just a gay issue, a trans issue. It's not just a black community issue. It's an issue across the spectrum. Sex trafficking, child sex trafficking is big business in the world.
Don't let me get on the homosexuals, okay? Don't do that.
Is your ass going live? Are you going live tonight?
No, I'm only fucking with you, Consciouztv.
You need to go live. Are you going to be reporting this?
I already reported on her ass twice, 4 times. Because I got different channels. Yeah, I reported on that ass 4 times. I'm so surprised. I'm thinking this bitch is on yachts fucking with ballers and shit, getting her body done. I'm thinking this bitch living in a mansion. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking this bitch is kept up and shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know she's going after kids.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
it's that.
You just don't know these
But
folks.
she is reasonable, successful. She just got finished hosting the reunion for Bad Boys and got that Zeus check. And then Yas in prison, in jail.
How much is that check?
Oh, that's definitely probably a 6-figure check. That's a 6-figure.
Oh, so was she just giving it out to the kids and saying, here, trick or treat?
She might have brought the candy with the
Ooh, now she paid for it. You think she paid? She gave them that nigga the
She
money.
might have used the Zeus check to buy the snacks to lure the kids. It's very possible.
Oh, maybe she just gave him the money, not
It's
the
got
snack.
paid, baby. She balling high.
Do you think she was drugs involved too? They would have had that on the news,
People
right?
speculate that.
Because you know they love to be on the mollies and them X's and shit.
She could have been. I don't know. She could have been powdered the fuck up. She could have been powdered up.
Oh yeah, that's how they
get booted up.
Giving him all types of honey packs.
People feel like she looked high as hell in his mugshot here. Or you think she looked high as hell?
You know, she still looked like herself. She looked like she's like ashamed. Like, you know, how did we get here? Okay.
Baby, that bitch look like the female Debo in prison. Like this bitch.
Nah,
right
she
here,
don't look
like
hard.
She already been 25 years in. She got the frizzy cornrows. She got the what you call the bitch from Set It Off, the Cleo cornrows in.
But
baby,
Cleo look harder than her. She don't look hard. She still look like a soft ass muffin. She don't look hard at all.
I would be scared to sit there.
She looked like she got bags under her eyes, like she haven't been sleeping.
She looked like a hardcore ass butch lesbian in this picture.
No, I'm not getting that. I ain't scared of her. Ain't nobody gonna be scared of her.
I'd be shook, Gigi. I'd do whatever the hell she tell me to do.
Not by the face. Maybe we get her whole body, but the face, nah.
I think it's the cornrows that's terrifying me.
Nah.
And then it's the offset. And then she wasn't even diligent enough to center her middle part. That's some scary shit. I'm scared of a bitch who don't center her middle part. Look at how crooked that middle part is.
If I were just to see this mugshot, I'd probably like she probably got in for like robbing or stealing. But I would never think that she's over here molesting and, you know, going after little boys.
But if I was doing time with her,
that shocked me. That shocked me.
I would not want to get bit with this bitch's dildo. She looked like a hardcore butch lesbian.
Oh, I don't see
it. Is shocking. It's shocking. Everybody had their mouth on the floor, like, because we all know that Sidney is goofy. She extra. She is wild. But this was shocking. This was something people wouldn't have expected.
Yeah, I know biological women that look way harder than this. This is not a threat at all.
And she looked good because she looked like a lesbian. Like, even here, without her wig and her makeup, she's still giving she.
I don't think she looked like a lesbian, not even. It just looked like...
I know lesbians who look just like this.
Oh, probably so. But it just looked like she's in a daze. Maybe she go to church and get saved again. Maybe she gonna get... Ooh, what if she gets saved? You know, the church people love child molesters.
That's gonna be the only thing that she gonna be able to
do. Child, Consciouztv. Listen, what if she get shaved and then do a Nicki Minaj and become mega and then go against the trans community?
That's gonna be her only pivot at this point.
Ooh, but you know the megas will support her.
Baby, if her pivot.
Yeah, that's the only thing that they will support her if she make the change and detransition and then go after the trans community. That's a good storyline.
She would. This is somebody who do anything for goddamn clout, child. So I would not be surprised. A MAGA Sidney, MAGA Star in the building, child.
They have her right up there with Nicki Minaj, with what's her name?
Senator
Charlie Kirk wife, and praying for people. Talking about let boys be boys.
Baby, I ain't trans no more.
Hell no.
And her Andrew Caldwell bag.
I'm a man.
Yeah. I ain't trans no more, child. All glory be to Jesus. Ooh, my God. I gotta get the ass up out of here, Gigi.
Okay, well, I enjoyed talking to you, child.
Tell the folk where they can find you at on these social media streets.
Crash Out Queen.
Crash Out Queen.
Crash Out Queen and come correct, boo.
Well, I'll be checking out your coverage shot. I got some catching up to do.
I'll come back more if you have me. I'll come back more if you have me.
Okay, baby. Yeah, you know. You always welcome over here.
All right, well, I'm gonna come and terrorize your ass.
Right, baby. That was our GG, y'all. Sidney Star, child. Whew, child. This baby. Y'all, teach your kids what to look for, baby. Tell them don't take no damn don't take no vape from a stranger. Don't talk to no damn stranger. Don't if it ain't your mama, if it ain't your daddy, if it ain't your family members, don't be off talking to nobody on the side of the pool. If you're coming from the restroom, somebody start asking you questions, you tell them they can talk to your mama. Talk to your daddy, okay? Tell your children, baby. Don't be talking to no motherfucking strangers. Don't let them be on them goddamn headphones playing a Grand Theft Auto, because a lot of the PDF files, they be live streaming and IRLing, and they be gaming and shit, and they be grooming through the headpiece and all. Baby, this shit is out of control. Shit out of fucking control, child. I am curious to know how this 13-year-old, like, what was happening at the point where the 13-year-old came into contact with Sidney. Like, where were the chaperones at this time? I know it's a hotel, it's busy. People, you know, a 13-year-old is old enough to go to the restroom on their own, but this is a prime example, baby, of you just got to be hyper vigilant when it comes to your children and supervising a young people, even if they are reasonably of age, to make it from the pool to the lobby for, you know, to use the snack machine, or from the pool to the restroom, out again. Look, that's all the time it takes, because look at how this was able to happen. When she saw this young person again in the hotel, maybe going to their room, that's all it took. That's all it took. And because there was no one around, that's all it took. That's all it takes. People done turned their head away from their kids for 5 seconds, and child have been snatched up, never to be seen again. That's all it takes. Baby, you gotta keep a watchful eye, especially when you're dealing with the general motherfucking public. You don't know who the hell in this space with y'all. It might just be a family out into the mall for a little shopping, honey, and sit up in the canteen of the mall for a little baby, it don't matter what your intentions is. When you're dealing with the public, you cannot be fully unguarded. You got to take a level of guardedness and hypervigilance with you when you go out into the general public. Okay? So please keep your good motherfucking eye, the cock one too, on your young people, because all it takes is mere moments. That's all an opportunist needs, is an opportunity. A 5-second opportunity, a 1 minute opportunity, a 60-second opportunity, okay? I'll keep you guys on further developments of this case. She has a hearing, a pre-indictment hearing on the 25th. I'm sure that probably won't be opened up to the public because of the nature of the case, but if it is, you guys know, just like in T.S. Madison case, baby, I was there locked and loaded in that hearing. Any of the hearings and anything I can be a part of, I will be there to report boots to the ground for you all. If you guys get any information about this case, email it to me at consciouztv@gmail.com and or DM me on IG. I'm only one person. You guys got eyes and ears too. Teamwork make the motherfucking dream work, baby. As Braylon said, the Kane been motherfucking working out here, child. Okay, baby, y'all been getting the content for the content of the content. So if you enjoyed yourself, please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. If you enjoyed yourself, you can also show some love to the Cash App, $Consciouztv on Cash App and or PayPal.me/Consciouztv. Of course, that's Conscious with the Z across all social medias. All information is in the description box below. Tell me what you think below in the comment section, and I will check you guys out later. Peace.